Hey guys, what's up? Nigilego back again today with another top 10 list. Today we're going to talk about the best rock-type Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield. They aren't in any particular order, so don't worry if Tyranitar doesn't land the first spot. But before we begin, let me remind you to smash that subscribe button. Not only does it help you see my content more often, but it helps the channel grow. Thanks guys! The Crown Tundra is out, and that means we're going to include some old names. Are you ready? Okay, let's begin. First up, we got Tyranitar. Tyranitar has always been and always will be a great Pokemon. Its massive bulk, great attack, and solid typing makes it a solid pick for any team. Despite being rather slow, it's still a great offensive threat. Generation 8's Dynamax mechanic is amazing for it too. Why? Because of its solid defensive stats, automatic stun with its ability boosting its already great special defense, it can tank so many hits, making it a great tanky weakness policy abuser. This works both in singles and doubles. Its typing gives it a favorable matchup against a lot of the returning Pokemon from the Crown Tundra expansion, especially Tornadus and Thundurus. There's just not enough I can say about Tyranitar. I went over it more on my Dark types list, so make sure to check that out. Next up we got Shuckle, another Pokemon that made a previous list. Shuckle's a threat to be taken very seriously, like, I'm not joking. Don't let it set up a Shell Smash or two or you're going to have a really bad time. Its contrary ability makes it so Shell Smash boosts its defenses instead of its offensives, and then it becomes unkillable. Its defenses are through the roof, and it's one of those rare Pokemon that still gets toxic in Generation 8. Some people use it as a suicide hazards lead with Stealth Rock and Sticky Web with a sturdy ability. But that's far inferior to the Shell Smash set. I made a video about Shuckle in doubles abusing its massive bulk, Shell Smash, Toxic, and Struggle Bug to drop opponent's special attack stats, to make sure that Shuckle just never dies. So be sure to check that video out if you want to. Next up, we got Nihilego. Nihilego? I don't know. Power Herb Meteor Beam. GG. It's a very common Pokemon and a very strong strategy just to put a Power Herb on your Nihilego and click Meteor Beam for that special attack boost and for super heavy hitting stab special attack all in one turn. If it gets a KO, which it probably just did, then its Beast Boost activates and it gets another special attack boost. So it gets like a nasty plot boost from just attacking. Dynamax it and go for the Ooze, and now you get another special attack boost. Wow! Its special stats are both really good and has a very usable speed stat. It's lacking in the physical department though, both attack and defense. So don't let it take any EQs or Iron Heads, or you're gonna have a bad time. The thing even gets Ally Switch and Trick Room. And while the latter seems redundant, you can use it to undo your opponent's Trick Room, which can be very useful in doubles. Or you can take advantage of your opponent using Tailwind and then you still go first because you use Trick Room. Regirock. Why does Regirock make this list of the best rock types? Well, because of its low base speed, high defenses, and usable attack stat, it can be a pretty cool Trick Room weakness policy abuser. It gets Clear Body too, so unlike other bulky rock types trying to sweep in Trick Room, it can't have its attack stat dropped by Intimidate or Wormwind or anything, which is something that Tyranitar or Rhyperior wish they had. You really can't say no to its crazy 200 base special defense and solid 100 special defense paired with a pretty good 80 hit points. Other than surprising people as an attacker, it can be a solid choice for a utility Pokemon, as it has moves like Stealth Rock and Thunder Wave. Terrakion. Terrakion is arguably the best and most consistent of the Swords of Justice Pokemon. Which is funny, because I made moveset guides for all three of them, and the Terrakion one is doing the worst of the three. Go figure. They all have base 108 speed, but the other two, being Cobalion and Virizion, are more defensively orientated, making them harder to sweep with. Terrakion has a higher base attack than both of them. It's a pretty common yet predictable strategy to pair Terrakion with a faster Pokemon that has Beat Up. Terrakion's ability, Justified, boosts its attack one stage when it gets hit by a Dark type move. So it instantly gets +4 attack when this works, if all 4 Pokemon on the team are alive and it's a 4 Pokemon double battle. Whimsicott, Dragapult, and Alolan Persian are all pretty common choices for this. Just because it's a predictable strategy doesn't mean it's bad though. It ran a team with beat up Dragapult and Terrakion. It may seem counterproductive, but it was holding a Focus Sash. This was because a Terrakion had Helping Hand. It could help out its friend Dragapult while at Dynamax and then bop something in one hit. Bye Dusclops! If Terrakion didn't get targeted, then its Sash is still intact and it can drop close combats and rock slides for the rest of the game. So I basically had the option to max either of my Pokemon depending on the situation. Do a beat up strat, or surprise my opponent. Both were fun. Coalossal. In the Fire types list, I put Coalossal in the honorable mentions. But since then, one was used on the Players' Cup Championship team with a Surf Dragapult, and Coalossal's gotten even better since then. How? Well, with the release of the Crown Tundra, Blacephalon came back. Why is this a big deal? Blacephalon has a signature Fire-type move called Mind Blown. Now, this is basically just a Fire-type Steel Beam that hits everything on the field. That means it breaks sashes, does lots of damage, and procs Steam Engine on Coalossal without doing a ton of damage to it, unlike Weakness Policy Surf and Aqua Jet strategies. Don't get me wrong, but it can still run Weakness Policy like this, but Life Orb is probably the way to go here. So just stick a Choice Scarf on Blacephalon, click Mind Blown, and start the sweep. As for Coalossal in singles, I still wouldn't even try. Omastar. There are a few Pokemon that I wanted to put on this list, and they just didn't make it. Maybe if I wrote the script on another day. Omastar wouldn't have made it, and something else would, but meh. Omastar makes the cut, I guess. You'll see the honorable mention, so don't worry. Shell Smash, that's it. That's what makes Omastar good. It absolutely hates Rillaboom, so make sure to keep it away from that. Omastar can run physical or special Shell Smash sets. It just depends on the coverage you want. So why does Omastar make it over other Rocky Boy Rock-type Shell Smashers? Its diversity, I believe, helps it to be better than Barbarical, and most of the other ones are slow, like Crustle. So, yeah, Omastar, why not? Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl's always been a very meh Pokemon. Its great speed stat has always been its upside, and its attack stat's good too. So why hasn't it been good? Well, it just never found the KO as it needed to. Its typing, while being great, has always been unreliable offensively. It never really got any good flying moves like Brave Bird, and rock-type moves just miss a lot. Well, no more. It gets Dragon Dance now, and with Dynamax it can nail 100% accurate, strong rock and flying moves all the time. For 3 turns! It's probably best to stick a Focus Sash on this bad boy and take your pick from the 3 abilities being Pressure, Rockhead, and Unnerve. Pressure and Rockhead don't really do much for Aero Boy here, and Unnerve is an underrated ability anyway, as it doesn't allow opponent Pokemon berries from activating, so no citrus or pinch berries on those annoying bulky boys like Incineroar. Epic. So yeah, probably best to go with Unnerve. Rhyperior. This thing is a beast. It basically works the same as Tyranitar, but with 4 times weaknesses to grass and water instead of fighting. It does get Solid Rock as an ability though, which does reduce damage from super effective moves. I once had a Rhyperior live a Belly Drum in Azumarill's Aqua Jet. I made a video about it. Sure, I was Dynamax, but that really should have killed. When it gets a rock fall off, it summons sand, so it theoretically does the same things as Tyranitar anyways. Its base speed is slower too, so it's better for Trick Room than any Tyranitar could ever be. Stick a Weakness Policy on this beast in either singles or doubles, pair it with a Bulldoze Trick Room Dusclops in doubles, and just start smashing stuff. It also gets Stab on ground moves, so when you get those delicious special defense boosts, you're able to use Max Wake, and that's always nice. Actually, both its stabs effectively do that, as the sand gets summoned with Max Rockfall, and that gives a nice special defense boost to rock types. Epic. Stakataka. Last, but definitely not least. In fact, I think I saved the best for last. Stakataka is the new premier Trick Room sweeper. At least in my opinion. People think Glastrier, Glacier, let's just call him Ice Horse. It's the best, but nah. That's Stakataka. It can set its own trick room, which is pretty cool. I don't do that, but I think it's cool. I pair mine with Dusclops, while it trick rooms, then procs a weakness policy the next turn with Bulldoze. And then we Dynamax our Stacky Boy and its kill stuff. Steel Spike, Quake, Rockfall. Some people use Knuckle. I love KOing stuff with any of the first 3 mentioned max moves, because of a Steel Spike. If you Steel Spike and land a KO, then I get a defense boost, then another defense boost from Beast Boost. If I Quake, nice, I got a special defense boost, and that aforementioned defense boost from Beast Boost. Rockfall is nice as it provides Santa boost my special defense that way, breaks focus sashes, provides some chip damage, and again, Beast Boost. Landing KOs with Stakataka makes it harder and harder to kill, and I absolutely love it. Even in some games where I misread the opponent's lead and I'm not able to get Trick Room up, I can still win because I got too many defense boosts going. Stakataka is far and away the best Rock-type Pokemon in Sword and Shield. Fight me. Thank you, Crown Tundra. This video isn't over yet, folks. We still got the honorable mentions. Tyranitar. Cool dinosaur rocky Pokemon with a really high attack and access to Dragon Dance. Only one problem. Its middling speed stat makes it inferior to most other Dragon Dancers, so there's really no point using Tyranitar. And yes, unless you really like it. Aurorus. Aurorus is neat. Gets 2 cool abilities in Refrigerate and Snow Warning. So either summon Hail or convert normal moves to Ice with lots more power. It's just slow and has some bad 4x weaknesses that are really easy to expose. Lycanroc. None of its 3 forms are really amazing at anything. In fact, I wanted to put this on the list, but then I thought Omastar, so yeah. Midnight is slow. Dusk and Day have alright coverage and good speed, but they don't have a wide enough move pool to really do anything with. They're all pretty frail too. Nonetheless, they're cool Pokemon. Kabutops. Swords Dance and Swift Swim is a cool combo, but it's not something we haven't seen before. Dreadnought gets this too. I just put Kabutops here instead of Dreadnought because it gets more usable speed stat. I guess you could try to run a Cheese, Weak Armor, Weakness policy set in doubles with a Pokemon that has a weak Bullet Punch, or Mach Punch I should say, like Riolu or something when you, like that. Or you could just prankster coaching it with Riolu too to keep boosting up. Aggron. I've run into a couple of sturdy Aggron with Metal Burst and Custap Berry. Metal Burst is like Counter, but only does 1.5 damage back instead of 2 times. But it affects physical and special attacks. Then the Custap Berry activates the next turn, guarantees it goes first, and then proceeds to deal a heavy amount of damage to the second Pokemon, because you likely just lost your first one to that Metal Burst. Well, that's it, guys. What do you think should have made this list? Did I misrepresent your favorite rock type? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to drop a like on this video if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Stay safe everyone, and have a great day. Bye bye.